say? Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Shannon Keys. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here and if you're new, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be looking at some more conspiracies. I do gotta mention, man, it's been below freezing here where I live. Let me know in the comments below how the temperature's been for y'all, man. 'Cause I keep saying I'm tired of getting gaslit by Mother Nature. Like 32 degrees is freezing. Okay, so don't make it 25 and be like it's nice out because it's been negative degrees. But let's get into this.
This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. At 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, multiple unidentified objects.
Holy fucking shit, guys.
That's crazy.
Watch this video with me. We put a microphone in the deepest man-made hole we've ever dug, and this is the sounds we heard. Check this out.
The Soviet Union drilled a hole more than 12 kilometers deep in Siberia, which shares borders with Norway and Finland. The project to drill into the Earth's surface began in the 1970s, when Soviet scientists wanted to learn more about the Earth's crust. Over 2 decades, they managed to dig more than 7.5 miles down into the Earth. The drill broke through into a cavity, and the scientists lowered some equipment to see what was down there. An extremely heat-tolerant microphone, along with other sensory equipment, were lowered into the well. The temperature was about 1,100 degrees centigrade, about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. But the real shocker was the disturbing sound that was recorded. They only got about 17 seconds of audio before the microphone melted, but it was 17 horrifying seconds of the screams of the damned. The screams of the hell.
As far as Project Bluebeam go, I don't know. Would it get y'all? I don't think it would get me. I don't think, because of all the UFO stuff that we see, right? I'm always like, why never me? I don't get to see nothing crazy. So some big, like, just like that lady with the crazy hair. Excuse me. Every time, it's like when I start doing these videos, this happens. A lady with the crazy hair. Like that looked real, but if I was at a concert, I don't see that showing up in my backyard, and I'm like, holy cow, it's a giant torso of a lady with crazy hair. Project Bluebeam is about to be crazy. Hopefully, I hope they make it at least fun to watch. And as far as the pit to hell, y'all gonna have to let me know. I don't think hell is a place on a third dimensional Earth. That's my take on it. Okay.
What about that great unexplored continent at the bottom of our Earth? Larger than the United States and Europe combined. Already, Antarctica has become a great scientific laboratory for men of all nations to discover great new land areas rich with natural resources.
Hey, can I tell you the story about the aliens that live beneath Antarctica? Cool. So there was this guy named Admiral Richard Byrd, and he was the first person to fly over the South Pole. Now, flying over the South Pole is super hard because they have the weather conditions, all that good stuff. So they can't rely on their compass and stuff like that. They have to be able to manually see. This guy did it 3 times. One of his flights, he made a secret journal that we just got not too long ago. So in his secret journal, he talks about this one flight where about halfway through the flight, their compass starts to mess up, and he's like, that's normal. Everything's good though, we're good. Then at some point in the flight, he notices a small mountain range in the distance that he's never seen before, shouldn't be there. So he's like, maybe it's an illusion, maybe it's an iceberg. Flies for 20 more minutes and realizes, nope, not an illusion, not an iceberg, that is a mountain range. So as he flies over this mountain range, he sees this lush green area with this like stream and animals. Should not be in Antarctica, right? Why would this be in Antarctica? He should have been flying over snow and ice. He even says that in his journal. I should have been above snow and ice. Then, out of nowhere, 2 crafts come up and they direct him down. Crafts lead him down this big hole. And when they get down there, he describes it as this city made of crystals, right? Made of colors that he can't even describe. He's never seen. It's the most beautiful thing he's ever seen in his life. And when they get off their crafts, and he describes them as being extremely beautiful individuals with very light hair and light features. And they tell him that you have an audience with the master. So he leaves his flight companion back, which flight companion's probably tripping the fuck out, like, where you going, my homie? Because I'd be like, nope, I'm going with, we have hair. Anyways, he's like, I'll be right back. Master explains how they were here before humans and they'll be here after humans, but they're keeping an eye on us because they share the planet with us. And they try to make contact with us back in 1945. Humans were not supposed to have atomic power. We weren't supposed to harness that. So they were trying to reach out to us, but we're just hostile every time they do. So they were trying to give Admiral Byrd a warning to take back and say, hey, chill the fuck out before you ruin the Earth. So Admiral Byrd flies back. He goes to the Pentagon, tells them everything that the master told him. And they tell him, that's cool, shut the fuck up. Don't ever talk about this. No shit, in his journal, he said, I was reminded that I am an army man and I am to follow orders. So he took this to his grave damn near. It was only when these secret journals were discovered by his great-grandson that they were finally released, and now we know what he saw. What do you think? Do you think there's a secret alien race living underneath Antarctica, or is it all just made up and bullshit?
Richard Byrd. Some of y'all, most of y'all, if you're watching this video, you probably know about him. Let me know what y'all think, though. I think that's a crazy take. And if there are like entities or humans or animals, whatever they are, like here, and they're advanced enough to be able to like live in the inner earth of Antarctica, and they've been here before us and they'll be here after us. I mean, you would think they would just step in and be like, look, what are y'all doing? Y'all still washing laundry at the laundromat? Y'all still voting? It's like, treat Mother Earth well. I don't know. I want to believe it, right? I would love to. The other thing is the ISS, the International Space Station. Those rivets or them bolts that they had on there, that don't look like enough to me. It looked like it's gonna be one of them Titanic subs. You can't convince me to go into like, what is it, low Earth orbit? Or no, it'd be far Earth, high Earth orbit, whatever it is. Because if we live in a firmament, right, then they're not actually in orbit around the globe. They're just like just below the firmament floating. But if they are out there, like the vacuum of space, it just don't seem like man-made equipment is going to be good enough to seal that, you know? Ain't no caulking that I know of. Let me know what y'all think about Richard Byrd, though. I wish. We talked about it in one of the other videos, man. Let me know if y'all want to go with me, because I'll go. I'll fund, well, my portion. I'll fund my portion. Somebody commented, I'm going to have to look back, but they got a boat for us. Shoot. Let's send it.
Some people are a little confused on what I meant in my last video. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to see exactly what I saw. So the first thing you want to do is go to your Google Maps and find the mall, okay? Once you've found the mall, click on the mall, get the coordinates mall, right? It'll pop up the very first thing. Once you click on that coordinate, it'll automatically copy it for you. So then you copy it, hold on, and you want to paste it in the search bar. Paste the exact coordinates to the mall in the search bar. Stick with me, okay? Copy just the last coordinate. Highlight the second coordinate. Copy that. Delete it. So, like, you're gonna have one coordinate left, and then you're gonna Control V, paste it.
Paste it after.
Apostrophe. Space. Go. I figured it out. And then boom, just like that, you're in Antarctica.
If you're not familiar with that one, there was this conspiracy going at the Miami Mall thing where they saw those potential shadow figures or aliens, that it was some sort of interdimensional machine and that whoever set the coordinates did it backwards. So rather than putting them in Antarctica, it put them at the Miami Mall. That's what was going on with them.
Scientists are sounding the alarm on a so-called solar superstorm that could eventually wipe out the internet for weeks or even months.
The coming solar storm could be so powerful that the internet across the world could face problems for weeks. NASA previously predicted that the next solar maximum would begin in late 2025. Unfortunately, a new study reveals that this solar maximum is coming sooner than expected. Most likely in early 2024, a geomagnetic storm ensued, painting mesmerizing auroras across the skies, unleashed energy equivalent to 10 billion megatons of TNT from the sun. Scientists warn that if such an event were to happen today, it could lead to an internet apocalypse. Extreme voltages could wreak havoc on our electrical grids, potentially damaging undersea cables that power a significant chunk of the world's internet. Although Earth's magnetic field always protects us from these solar storms, but a violent solar storm can cause Earth's magnetic shield to fail. And the 1859 solar storm impact was astonishing. Scientists expect it to become one of the most powerful solar cycles. We've never experienced one of the extreme case events, and we don't know how our infrastructure would respond to it.
Learn how to grow your own fruits and vegetables. Fresh water is going to be hard to come by. Electricity, we got to get used to not having it. But if it's just the internet, yo, we should all be just fine. If it's just the internet, outside of banking apps and stuff, obviously you would need cash and there's like a gold standard. But if it's just like the social media and watching NFL or whatever you watch on cable, if it's all that, we'll be just fine. Make sure you cool with your neighbors. Make sure you learn how to purify water for yourself. Learn how to harvest your own fruits and vegetables. And we'll be all right. And everybody gonna be all right.
Everyone's talking about the earthquakes in Japan, but take a look at this. This is the last 48 hours, all the seismic waves on this earth. Why is no one talking about this?
That's a good question.
Here's some videos from Japan and the earthquakes that hit on January 1st, 2024. This is the end times that we're living in right now. This is one of the greatest moments to be alive. A new island's coming up after a volcano. It's absolutely insane. And let's not forget to mention that the weather is completely different all over the United States right now. Once again, look at what's going on. Nobody's going to talk about this. I want you guys to open up your eyes and open up your heart. And this is not a scare tactic. This is showing you what's going on right now. And I'm crying out from the rooftops, believe in Jesus. He is the only way. He can set you free, and do not have fear. Fear does not come from God. Only fear the Lord.
Fear does not come from God. Only fear the Lord. Don't like the end of that. It made no sense. But I don't think it's the end times. And he said he's not trying to fear monger, but come on now. He's over here talking about it's the end times. A lot of people quote the book of Revelations. I don't think it's the end. I don't think it's the end times. It might be the end of a cycle, a disgusting cycle, where the rich get rich and the poor get poorer, and somewhere in the middle is like this lost communication where people are taking advantage of. Look, the time's not going to stop, because there has to be something after. Time might be our stretch of our way of like measuring. Time is actually pretty impressive, which would be like our fourth dimension. But anyway, it's not the end time, so don't. It is kind of fear mongering, but yes, have your faith and believe in what you believe in and stand firm, and we'll see what happens, man. Just do right by you, do right by you, and do right by what you would expect is right. I'll put it that way. Some people believe in Allah. Everyone's got their religion. So just do right by you, do right by your people, and we gonna be all right. There's no such, there can't be an end time, because if time ends, then everything ends. Maybe that's just an ignorant conception of my understanding of time. Who knows?
Are y'all seeing this? Like the first time, second time, third time, okay, fine, fourth, fifth, okay. This is the 10th plane that is literally lit on fire mid-flight. I think that's too many times to be a coincidence, don't you? Even earlier, before I saw this, I was like, I'm not getting on a plane anytime in the near future, because stuff like this. Doors flying off mid-flight, and I know y'all just saw this one. And that's not it with the planes, but I'm gonna show you something in 1 minute. Alright, you're not gonna understand this next clip for 1 second, but hang on.
The amendment is under siege. I will never allow a central bank digital currency where they take away your money.
I show you that to say keep an eye on Trump's plane. Just do it, just in case. Just keep an eye on his plane.
So I poured it out in my bowl, and out comes this paper that was all folded up just like this.
The note contains a mashup of words and references to current events and conspiracy theories. Miller says his big concern is that somehow a note made its way into a sealed food product.
I don't know what's inside the cereal, or if this note was laced with anything. It's not the note that really bothers me, it's just these notes are found inside food.
This is absolutely insane. Scientists have found out that many cardiac arrest survivors showed signs of consciousness for up to an hour after their heart stopped beating. In fact, 40% of the patients that had a near-death experience in the study they conducted showed high levels of consciousness after their heart stopped. And many of them claimed that they had levels of awareness during the revival process, with some of them even saying that they had an out-of-body experience where they could see the doctors performing CPR and even heard them speaking. Not to mention, but many patients reported that they got to see faceless figures along with images of their deceased loved ones and even demons. But what's even crazier is researchers believe that these aren't just hallucinations or illusions. Instead, they believe that the brain's processes during the state may be opening access to new dimensions of reality. However, scientists did say that more research is needed in order to better understand death and the experience behind it. So the question is, do you think there's a new dimension of reality or not?
If I ask you to imagine yourself dead, you can't do it, because to imagine anything, you have to be alive. It's not going to be like falling asleep and waking up the next morning because you have dreams or whatever. It's going to be more like general anesthesia, where it's 10, 9, 8, boom, boom, lights out, but you just never wake up. And we talk about things like, well, there's nothing after death. But even the word "no thing" implies there's a thing, or you're going to this place, there's nothing. Well, no thing. It implies that there's aware that you're not going to, but there's not even aware that you're not going to. With Lawrence Krauss and some of these cosmologists, what was there before the Big Bang? So when you say, well, imagine no universe, you know, no stars or planets or galaxies, no light, but there's not even any space or time. And at some point, we don't have the words to even say what it is we're trying to talk about. There's nothing before the Big Bang. You can't even actually talk about it.
I don't like that concept. I don't like flying on planes anyway. I'm more of a foot. I don't like traveling either. Too many people, too much scheduling. But careful on them planes, y'all. Afterlife is going to be interesting. Let me know if y'all think in the comments below. Let me know if you think there's like, once you're in the astral realm, right? That your physical body passes and you're looking down. Is that a dimension outside of what we perceive, but you're still within our third dimensional environment? We just can't, the 3D beings can't perceive you. Or if once you're astral, that's when you move on. If you're in a completely different, I mean, if they see their body, they'd have to be somewhat attached to this dimension, maybe just outside the box with it. But with what he said, the Big Bang has always bothered me, man. Like he just explained that nothing is still a thing, because in order to identify it has to have a lack of something, which makes it no thing, but it is still a thing in its own category. The Big Bang, I don't know who still believes in that, but come on now, y'all. Come on now, y'all. Come on, y'all. That's the craziest thing. I feel like that's like when you ask a kid who spilled juice and everybody just like, I don't know. It's like, oh, it must have just, literally, that's what parents say, because I be doing it. Oh, it must have just jumped on its side by itself then. The Big Bang is a cop-out, man. There is intelligent design but behind life. It don't just happen like this. There's too many beautiful people that you and I know. There's too many intelligent people. There's too many talented people. And on the other side of the spectrum or of duality, there's negative people and there's dull people, and it all just creates the reality we live in. But it's not. There's an intelligent design. This didn't just happen on accident, and it wasn't just evolution over years. And I'll argue that one, but y'all know me, I can be long-winded. I appreciate your patience. We're gonna be back to doing about 4 videos a week. So I hope y'all tap in if you're still along with us. Thank you for checking it out. Please like the video, comment down below. I'm more than happy to talk with y'all about all this. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We got a lot of videos we've already done. I'm still getting used to this whole thing. So again, I'm long-winded. I like to talk, and I don't think it's fair to react to videos just by sitting here and nodding my head. So I do like to put my 2 cents in, and I'd be more than happy to hear from y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year to you all. Thanks for your time. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, say, yeah.